Well, viewers, a massive political and financial storm may now be brewing slowly in Karnataka's much publicized guarantee schemes. Well, sources tell Times Now that the Siddaramaiah government is preparing a sweeping beneficiary crackdown after explosive internal findings. What are these internal findings? Internal findings that they have been defrauded, that the public exchequer has been looted. Because now an internal finding reveals that there are nearly 97 lakh questionable or fake beneficiaries who have records linked to the Gruha Lakshmi and the Gruha Jyoti schemes. And now, with nearly 1.24 crore beneficiaries to both these schemes, all of them are going to be under the scrutiny. Well, the Congress government is now staring at uncomfortable questions over whether Karnataka's so-called welfare revolution, the guarantee scheme, has now become a massive burden on the state exchequer. Is it bankrupting Karnataka, is what BJP has been asking. So what are these two much talked about schemes? We are going to first break it down for you so that you can understand the magnitude of this alleged leak and loot as it appears to be now. The first scheme in question is the Gruha Lakshmi scheme. This covers about 99% of women under Gruha Lakshmi scheme are financially independent now. There are about 2,000 monthly support ensuring food, health and learning for their families, which is being provided. Beneficiaries are all the women heads of the family. It cannot be multiple women in a family. It is head of the family, every house. The amount which is being paid is 2,000 rupees per month. It was launched in June 2023. So if there was loot happening, it's possible. Since 2023, the fraudsters have been looting the public exchequer. The scheme 2 that we are showing you is the Gruha Jyoti scheme. What is the Gruha Jyoti scheme all about? We are getting you the details. This essentially gives free power to empower every person there. Beneficiaries as are APL as well as the BPL families. There are free electricity which is being provided to them, up to 200 units. This is for every household, which is rolled out after 2023 elections. So after that, it has still been paid. So essentially, now let's tell you about if these alleged irregularities are proven to be true, then the financial implications could be staggering. Look at the numbers there. Sources indicate that the scrutiny is now focused on nearly 97 lakh questionable or potentially ineligible beneficiary records under the Gruha Lakshmi scheme alone. At 2,000 rupees, we are going to do the math for you. We are going to break it down for you. At 2,000 per month over nearly 2 years, the estimated burden on Karnataka's exchequer could run into tens of thousands of crores. In fact, take a look at the math. The math that we are going to put up for you on your screens. There you have it. I'm going to go across to the other screen and show you what the math really is. Well, you have the freebie math there on your screens. The number of beneficiaries are about 97 lakh. At least this is what internal reports have said. 97 are proven to be beneficiaries who are ineligible. There could be more. This could be just a tip of iceberg. But let's do the math with 97 lakh fake beneficiaries. They are being paid about 2,000 rupees per month. So you multiply the 297 lakh into 2,000, then it comes to 1,940 crore rupees per month that the fraudsters have managed to take. Where does this money come from? Where does this 1,900 crore rupees, close to 2,000 crore rupees per month come from? Yes, that's right. It's from the public exchequer. It is the taxpayers' money. We are going to now calculate what happens if this fraud has been going on for 2 years, because it's been 2 years since these schemes have been in place. So we multiply that by 24 months. How much money have the taxpayers lost due to this fatafat tax fraud? Well, this comes to a staggering 46,560 crore rupees. So close to 50,000 crore rupees is the tax burden of these fraudsters on basis of what the government has already said. So now the biggest twist, of course, is coming in, with sources telling Times Now that the Siddaramaiah government is even considering asking every beneficiary under these schemes now to reapply from scratch. So there is going to be a complete revision of the entire rolls of beneficiaries. Here's the full audit roadmap, which is currently under discussion. The first step is going to be a fresh verification of all the beneficiaries as per sources to Times Now. Second step is the reapplication of the process, which is currently under consideration. There are dead beneficiary records which are going to be checked, because many of these are either duplicate or dead, or there are multiple women who have been there from one household alone who are availing this kind of a benefit. The fourth step is going to be duplicate entries under scanner. Fifth is going to be the multiple claims which are from the same household, which needs to be verified, especially if the address is the same in them. Also, suspicious mobile numbers are going to be tracked. Ineligible beneficiaries may be removed as well. This is what sources are telling us, that there is going to be a huge cleanup in the process. Now, the scrutiny threatens to open up a larger political debate as well, whether the headline-grabbing guarantee politics, the Khatakhat guarantee, is turning into a long-term fiscal burden on taxpayers and the state finances. Listen in to what both Congress and the BJP have to say on this, as there is an explosive war of words which has now started.
We have received the information from the officials that more than 97,000 people who have passed away, they are receiving the benefits what we have giving through the guarantees. Nearby 100 crores, that kind of amount misused by the fraudulent attitude. That is, we have to curb. Government is going to take the decision on that. At the same time, the SIR should not affect the beneficiaries of the guarantee, and we are going to put the proper agenda and proper program. We are going to safeguard all the voters, because if he is not a voter, he is going to lose the scheme of the guarantee.
Karnataka government seems to have gone bankrupt. Siddaramaiah's promises have proved that he is not budget Brahma but a Sullu Ramaiah. After 36 months in the government, they want to revise the list of beneficiaries, in specific Griha Lakshmi and Griha Jyoti. They have borrowed more than 4,15,000 crores in this past 36 months. They have also raised our taxes and amounting to more than 76,000 crores, yet they are not able to manage. Indulged in corruption, criminalization, communalization, and always loot. Let him question himself, and let him question the policies what were laid out by them before the election.
Let me go across to Imran Khan, who's joining us live from Bengaluru with all the details on this. There may be a big cleanup, but all of this is coming in, Imran, when there is a massive fight for satta that we've seen between DK Shivakumar and the incumbent Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. But when it comes to satta, everyone's vying for it. What about responsibility? Is it possible indeed, as per internal records itself, Imran, that there is a loot of over or close to 47,000 crore rupees in the last 2 years and no one knew?
Well, that's a big goof up on the part of the state government there, because of this is a big blunder, I would say, that this is happening, and where the officials have highlighted. In fact, the commission the committee involved in the disbursing of these guarantee schemes has found that there are many loopholes, and people have duplicate names, and even 100 names are there who are taking beneficiary from it. And the report says that now the 97,000 people have found to be dead, which also been listed as beneficiaries in this scheme. So this is a big major overhaul which is happening, is what, according to the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, yesterday they had a meeting over this, and they are said that all these beneficiaries need to go through a review, and the beneficiaries should re-enlist further to get this schemes. Whether this is an excuse given by the government or because it's a burden on the state exchequer, we have to wait and see. Whether this is an excuse given by the government is valid, or is just that this is too much burden on the state government is trying to cut down some of the beneficiaries, what the BJP is alleging. So we have to wait and see how the government goes about it. But it's a candid admission that the money which is being spent for the past 3 years, and some of it has gone to the bogus beneficiaries, is a candid admission from the government itself.
Candid admission coming in from the government. The big question is, what are they going to do about it? Imran tells us there's an entire cleanup drive which is now going to be initiated. Many are saying it's 2 years too late. Well, we leave it there. Thank you so much, Imran, for getting us this exclusive. Now, let's tell you how in a major setback which is coming in for the Biju Janata Dal. Rajya Sabha MP Debashish Samantharaya has resigned from the party's primary membership, dealing a significant blow to the leadership of the former Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik. Now considered close aide of Patnaik, Samantaraya's sudden exit has triggered off a political turbulence within the regional party. In fact, let me go across to Mohit, who's joining us. Mohit, the implications of this, given that this essentially means that BJD has suffered a big hit, but is he headed to any other party is the big question.
Well, you see, Debashish Samantharaya has resigned from the primary membership of the party, and in his letter, which is being addressed to the Naveen Patnaik, who is the president of the Biju Janata Dal, he basically says that I have dedicated myself to the interest of the party. However, lately I have been belittled in the party and party does not require my services. He has not spoken about the details, what exactly happened to him, but this is a major development coming in because Meghna, remember, BJP has 113 MPs as of now in Rajya Sabha. We know that how the 7 of the Rajya Sabha MPs from the Aam Aadmi Party, they joined the BJP. Now BJD, which had earlier 6 MPs from Rajya Sabha, now one of them has gone. He has resigned from his membership. So whether he joins BJP or not, that remains to be seen. But yes, there are rumors coming in that he might join the BJP, and that is likely to strengthen the BJP in the parliament. So clearly, it's a major jolt coming in because he's considered to be very close aide of Naveen Patnaik. He has worked with the party for a long time, and we also know for a fact that how exactly in his letter he has said that of late his work has been belittled in the party, and there are circumstances which have forced him to resign from the primary membership of the party. Back to you.
Interesting. You are essentially saying that BJP would be able to shore up its numbers because there are critical bills which are stuck in the Rajya Sabha as well, for which they do need the support.
Well, yes, in fact, and you see, Meghna, with 7 of the Aam Aadmi Party MPs joining the BJP, their number have gone up, and BJP is the single largest party when it comes to Rajya Sabha. And we also know for a fact that how there are certain opposition parties which in the past have favored the BJP, but when BJD, which has 6 MPs in the Rajya Sabha, one of them resigned from their primary membership, it's always the gain for the BJP. Now it remains to be seen whether Debashish Samantharaya would join BJP or not, but then it has come as a huge jolt for the BJD, given the fact that how they lost elections in the assembly elections in Odisha. BJP is in power now over there, and now one of their main member, who is considered close to the former chief minister of Odisha, has resigned, saying that he's being belittled in the party, and he has taken decision to submit his resignation from the primary membership.
Absolutely. We do know that it is going to be a big loss for Naveen Patnaik. The question is, whose gain will it be? Thank you so much, Mohit, for putting that into perspective. But with that, let's move on to the bulletin. A shocking incident has now come to light in Madurai of Tamil Nadu, where a 16-year-old boy was reportedly killed with sharp weapons in the car parking area near the famous Meenakshi temple. Well, the murder caused fear and panic in the entire area. In fact, the police quickly arrived at the spot and sent the boy's body for a post-mortem report as well. Well, as per the sources, the killing may be linked to a personal rivalry, but police are still checking all possible reasons. Well, security around the temple has been increased while officers try to find and catch the people who are responsible for this gruesome attack of a minor. Well, remember, a lot has been said about the law and order of the state, especially by the opposition parties. Udayanidhi has been one of them who has said that law and order has deteriorated ever since the new TVK Sarkar had checked in. Of course, even as we speak, we got news that Vijay, the Chief Minister, has himself chaired a meeting as well today, earlier in the day, over law and order. And yet, despite that, you have this temple shocker coming in from Madurai, where a brutal murder has happened of a young boy, a minor boy. You can see him on your screens as well. This very, very close to the temple premises, a holy place, unholy deeds. Unfortunately, law and order is something which has become a bit of a problem now for the newly sworn in government and one of the topmost priorities for them. Meanwhile, the killing, as we are telling you, of the 16-year-old boy in Madurai has triggered off a political storm, with the BJP now launching a sharp attack on the state government and the ruling camp over alleged deterioration in the law and order situation ever since Vijay government has been sworn in. BJP leader K. Annamalai has criticized the administration, alleging that criminals are being given a free pass and accusing the government of failing to ensure public safety. In fact, we are going to go across to Imran, who's joining us. Imran, this is very disturbing that this kind of a brutal attack happening very close to the very holy Madurai temple. But earlier in the day also, Vijay has chaired meetings making sure that TVK government's one of the topmost priorities is going to be law and order.
Well, absolutely. In fact, the BJP has targeted the state government over it, saying that there is a collapsing of law and order. Even though the government is new, their celebration time is over. Now they need to get serious on the law and order issue. And the boy has been attacked, brutally attacked in a temple premises. And that too, one of the famous temple of Meenakshi Amman temple. They are questioning the whole the law and order issue and asked the Chief Minister Vijay to take this matter seriously and the accused should be arrested as early as possible. The police have said that they have formed a special group in this case. They are looking at all the angles into the incident, and primarily they found that it could be a personal rivalry, but no stone unturned will be left. They are looking at all the angles, is what the cops are looking at it right now. They have said. In fact, the Chief Minister also called for a special review meeting.
In fact, that is the next big breaking news. Imran, stay with us, as Imran is also telling us. Chief Minister Vijay is holding a crucial meeting over law and order situation even as we speak. Let me go back across to Imran. Imran, clearly marking out that law and order is going to be the priority for the Vijay Sarkar. Who's part of this meeting? What is the roadmap ahead? Imran, if you can hear me, I was asking you about the details of the meeting over law and order that the Chief Minister is holding.
Chief Minister has called for a meeting of the law and order situation in the state. They said after there's an attack coming from the BJP over the murder which has happened in Madurai, in the Meenakshi Amman temple, where a 16-year-old boy was hacked in the parking lot. They are now the BJP target, especially the former BJP president, saying that the Chief Minister should take the law and order seriously. Even though the government is new, the law and order should be the priority of the Chief Minister. Over this, the Chief Minister has called for a meeting in Chennai and asked for the review of the entire law and order situation of the state and asked the police to hurry up in this incident. The cops said that they have formed a special team to nab the accused at the murder of the boy at the Meenakshi temple in Madurai.
Well, keep tracking the developments on that front. As you can see, that this is the pictures that you can see of Chief Minister Vijay holding this high-level meeting regarding law and order. This at a time when there have been a series of unfortunate incidents which have come to light. The latest one, of course, is coming in from the holy town of Madurai, where a 16-year-old was hacked to death very close to the holy Madurai temple. With that, let's move on in the bulletin. A sharp observation coming in on the NEET UG paper leak matter. In fact, the Supreme Court itself has pulled up the National Testing Agency, the NTA, which carries out the NEET examination. The Supreme Court has remarked that it was sad that the agency appeared not to have learned any lessons despite the past controversies. In fact, hearing the case, the top court has issued notices to the centre and the NTA as well as the CBI, seeking their responses on the allegations surrounding the examination irregularities. Remember, the NTA on their part has come out and said, and including the central government, the Education Ministry have come out and said, yes, indeed, there have been serious lapses on their end as well. Let me go across to Harish. Harish, it's about time now. The future of India, literally the future of India is at stake when you have cheats turning into doctors. What exactly are the scathing observations that Supreme Court has made over the NTA? Do we expect any action though?
Yes, the Supreme Court has issued notice to the NTA, Center and CBI. Now the question paper leak has come under the scanner of the Supreme Court. PILs had alleged systemic failures within NTA and sought establishment of an independent body to conduct the examination. PILs demanded immediate dissolution of NTA and the court-monitored CBI probe into the leak. Responses of NTA, Center and CBI has been sought within 3 days. What is important is that Justice Narasimha said, it's so sad that they haven't learned their lessons. We had constituted a committee. In the meanwhile, we direct NTA to indicating the position as regards to the monitoring committee. So the very important observation coming in from the Supreme Court, that's so sad. They haven't learned the lessons despite so many incidents. Remember, the exam was held on May 3 and was cancelled following a massive paper leak. The government handed the investigation to CBI and scheduled the re-exam on June 21. CBI registered a formal case against an organized multi-state criminal syndicate. Investigators have made dozens of arrests spanning Maharashtra, Haryana, Bihar and Rajasthan, uncovering networks involving coaching center directors, solvers and MBBS students. Remember, the controversy had sparked nationwide student protests led by various student wings and political groups. In response, government is considering long-term changes proposed by Dr. Radhakrishnan committee. So, in that context, Supreme Court's observation is very important. Justice Narasimha going on to say that so sad they haven't learned their lessons.
Well, it's unfortunate. It doesn't seem that they've learned their lessons. Absolutely right. Year on year, the last 2 years, twice the examination had to be scrapped because of leaks. But the big question is, will there be heads rolling at the top? Remember, the cheats, the mastermind, all of those arrests have happened. But the big question is, will there be accountability held within the NTA? Any kind of, Harish, I'm going to come back to you. Any kind of observations regarding that, the lack of accountability for the NTA? Harish?
Yes, that's right. While issuing notice to the NTA, Center and CBI, Advocate Tanvi Dubey, who had appeared for one of the petitioner, had said that there is urgency as re-exam is happening. But Justice Narasimha saying, so sad, they haven't learned their lessons. We had constituted a committee. In the meanwhile, we direct the NTA to file affidavit indicating the position as regards to the monitoring committee constituted by 14 November, and Justice Radhakrishnan to file affidavit indicating steps taken to ensure the compliance of the high-powered committee. And your question is, in fact, very relevant because, remember, the controversy had sparked nationwide student protests led by various student wings and political groups. And in response, government said it is considering long-term changes proposed by the Dr. K. Radhakrishnan committee set up by the Supreme Court. But Supreme Court asked, what happened to the committee? We said, what are the reforms you have brought? Why is it recurring? So sad that you have not learned your lessons.
So not enough has been done despite the past controversy. Supreme Court pulling up the NTA. Hopefully this time around, it is going to be the last time that we see this kind of a blunder, this kind of a mass-scale cheating and leaking of the papers. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Harish, for joining us, and all you viewers. I'll see you tomorrow on Setting the Agenda.